Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's Wednesday. So you know what that means. It means another live stream here at the Wrestling for Life Network as we jump into, you decide how you do it, but we get into AEW Dynamite tonight on the eve of American Thanksgiving. Hope everyone out there is thankful. I hope we're hopeful. It's going to be a fun show tonight. Lots going on, including the kickoff of the Continental Classic. So make sure you get in that chat, click all the buttons, be a part of the show, and strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good. Let's go! Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we have AEW Dynamite tonight. We will see what Tony Khan and crew has in store for us on the eve of Thanksgiving. Like I said, I hope everyone out there is thankful. I hope you're happy, healthy, and safe, ready for the holiday. But it's going to be a fun one here on the channel. Lots going on tonight. The Continental Classic kicking off. And, of course, the highly anticipated, the highly sought after, the highly, let's be real. Jericho versus Ishi is happening tonight. Let's be real. Are we that excited about it? We will talk about it, though. The Ring of Honor title will be on the line. Ishi, Chris Jericho, plus a whole lot more as you see Darby going to take on Brody King, running that back. Ricochet against Claudio should be interesting. We get Mark Briscoe, Shelton Benjamin. That one's going to be very interesting. And then, of course, like I said, Chris Jericho, Ishi. Plus, there's a women's match that has been announced, as I believe Queen Aminata is taking on Mina, I believe. But we will talk about it. We're going to get into it. But I appreciate everyone for being here tonight. And as always, the wrestling might suck. We never do. And we start off every single Wednesday with the hopium, with the excitement, ready to go. We want this to be a good one. Please, please, please let it be a good one. But for the next couple hours, you are strapped in with Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, the face that runs the place, the one and only. Happy to be back with everybody. I want to see triple digits in that chat tonight. So get in there. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what's on your wrestling mind. What do you want to talk about? What's good? What's not good? And in between, crazy week as we head towards Survivor Series. And then, of course, deadline the week after. We got so much going on here at the channel, and we appreciate everyone out there for being a part of it. So that's what we're thankful for as we head into Thanksgiving. So on behalf of all the faces you see in this place, I will say thank you for joining us. Thank you for making it fun. And thank you for enduring whatever we endure together. But I'm not going to waste any time. Adam's first one in the chat tonight. Oh, brother, not the most optimistic start, but Adam, good to see you. Ken Rock, how you doing? How you doing? Ricochet versus Claudio should be good. Just keep Ricochet away from the promos. The interesting part of this is Claudio's been a part of the Moxley resurgence. Ricochet needs a win as far as I'm concerned. How does this play out? Does it pull Ricochet into some Moxley storyline? Is it just consequential? Well, I don't know. I don't know what will happen with this, Ken Rock, but good to see you. Thank you for being here. C Money, welcome back. Big Ed versus El Nuevo. I almost threw up in my mouth just saying it, C Money, but good to see you. Good to see you. Ken, got you. Good evening, gents. What's your take on Starks being pulled from GCW shows? Yeah, you know what? I'll answer this. I was going to wait, but here it is. There's a lot of theories to why he was pulled. Was it what he said? Was it what Effie said on Effie's podcast? What was the reason behind it? But it does seem petty. A lot of people talking about the fact that, they're kind of competing with GCW right now in the sense of, GCW is doing a big show at Hammerstein Ballroom. AEW is going there as well. It's their first time, I do believe, if memory serves me correct. So, I mean, there's a little bit of tit for tat here, but it does feel petty. And Starks comes out and says, I won't be iced and I won't be forgotten and I'm young and I'm pretty and I'm ready to go. And next thing you know, he's being yanked. He was supposed to be on a couple GCW shows, some high profile matches coming up. For my money, it's a little disappointing. I'm a little bothered by it. I'm a big Ricky Starks fan. I am dying. Like, if anyone out there wants to start hashtag free Ricky, I'm with you. I'm behind it. Let's go. Let's push that narrative. Let's get Ricky Starks out of AEW. I just want to see him be utilized. I think he's a talented guy. And unfortunately, we will not be seeing him in GCW. Why? We don't know. A lot of people have pointed to the fact that Tony Khan has entered into a little bit of an interesting time in his owning, his wrestling booking, his wrestling producing career, where it feels like Tony has become more and more and more what he hated about wrestling, why his company was so important to wrestling. He's starting to become that BKM vibe, petty, small, only booking what he likes. It's interesting times for Tony and AEW. I feel bad for Ricky. I hope Ricky lands on his feet, which I assume he will. But we got lots going on as far as, if you're not going to book him, I mean, why not let him do the other shows? But is it the fact of he goes to GCW, say he has a match with somebody like a Nick Nemeth or a Matt Cardona, and shows up and shows out? It only makes the questions worse. It only makes the questions bigger. Well, why can't this guy be booked here? Why can't this guy be used on AEW? It's a good question, but it feels petty, Ken. Damien, always looking forward to some stuff. Good to see you, Damien, the leader of the Hopium tribe. Ricochet versus Claudio, and Shelton versus Mark Briscoe. The Mark Briscoe Shelton one's interesting. Shelton took a loss to Swerve heading into Full Gear. I mean, he just got there. Mark Briscoe, I think, is going to eat now. I think he's going to get a lot of L's in this tournament. Unless there's some tomfoolery, I think Mark Briscoe's in trouble. Clay, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Happy Thanksgiving to you. What's up, Eric Isaac? How are you? Wrestling for Life buddies. Happy Thanksgiving. And Hater, my bad, I misspoke. It's Jamie Hater Emanata. Will this somehow tie into Julia Hart? We don't know, but we will find out. Paul Carpenter, welcome back. Again, Ken Rock, good to see you. I'm here to contribute to the high-low ratings of AEW. Well, if we keep at this pace, there will come a day where we are out, we're getting more views than AEW. So let's keep the optimism. MDB, the champ is here. I'm thankful for being a champ. Very humble on this holiday. I'm thankful for knee pads. We're all thankful for knee pads. I am thankful for life and thankful for y'all. Dude, that's a beautiful message. Thank you, sir. And we're thankful for people like you who show up and show out. And congratulations on being this round's predictions champion. That title will be on the line come Saturday. Survivor Series. There's not going to be a whole lot of matches to bet on or predict on. So get in that chat. Get in there early. The tiebreaker will exist. So, yeah, shout out MDB for holding on to that belt for maybe a week. Eric Tate, we got you. Hope you're doing well, sir. Continental ASIC. There you go, MDB. Going to the point. Tonight as well, the International Women's Cup tournament starts. Jamie Hayter and Queen Amanada. Now, I thought the international tournament was a series of fatal four-ways. Maybe I misread that. So we will find out tonight. Vance, welcome back. Wrestle Proud. Brandon, good to see ya. OG Dale, how you doing? How you doing? Renee will sit down with Mariah May. That should be compelling. Let's go. Bonkers, let's go. How you doing? Claudio should win. Yeah, I'm leaning what do you do? I mean, you want Moxley's faction to look strong, but I think this tournament's going to come down to Ospreay and Fletcher. And I might be wrong, but that's what I think is going to happen. What do you guys think? Who are going to be the final two for the Continental Classic? Will Okada get in there? Will Claudio get in there? I don't like the idea of Claudio taking out. I don't. Cherokee George, welcome back. Welcome back. Even though Claudio should win this, Ricochet needs a win, but won't get it here. We will find out. We will find out. It's a tough shout for both guys. Free Ricky Starks, Vance. I'm with you. Let's get that going. You can't be letting Claudio lose when you're in the group with the champion. I agree, Bonkers. And again, it's not like Claudio is a patsy or like, we've seen it in the past with, Ludwig or whoever. Once they kind of come into their own, and Claudio has come into his own. Claudio is an extremely talented wrestler. I think there's no reason to have Claudio lose, but what does that say for Ricochet? I don't know. Emo, welcome back. Bring the turkey suit. AEW Dynamite, LOL, KJ White, and Big Nick. Shout out. Adam. Tony, you were the chosen one. There you go. Trey, what's up, Trey? How you doing? Tony Hayes, welcome back. GCW is garbage anyways. I don't like those blanket statements, Tony. You know better than to just say this company sucks or that company sucks. There's good in all of it, and GCW puts on some really good shows. We're here on Sunday for a really good GCW show in Bloodsport. Again, it's not all garbage. It's not all trash. There is some stuff in there that I don't love. There is some stuff that's not for everybody. But, I mean, if you watch them consistently, you will realize there's some really good wrestling in there. Starks is fair to Midland. He just doesn't create excitement. He doesn't have attraction or allure for me. You gotta understand, though, I think that's because of his presentation and his booking. If he was put in a better light, if he was produced better, if he had a bigger spotlight, he does it for me all day long. So there you go. Brian Jobson, welcome. Got that one. Tony, MDB, we already got you. So why isn't Marina Shafir wrestling on Tony Khan's show if she's allowed to wrestle on GCW? Tony Khan is full of it. Well, again, that's what, obviously there's a reason with Ricky Starks specifically, because we've known the open door policy of AEW forever. You want to go to Japan? Go to Japan. You want to go do GCW? Do it. You want to do an indie show? Do it. And with little limitation. So what is different about Ricky? Well, Ricky, you give Ricky a microphone, and now he's saying some shit you don't want him to say. Marina can go wrestle in GCW because she's not going to do that. Or at least she hasn't done that. MDB, who knows? Tomorrow, the Hurt Syndicate, Benjamin must win and just might here. Again, with Benjamin winning, it makes a lot of sense. It really does. Kind of the same thing I said about Claudio. It wasn't Ricky Stark's fault on this GCW bullshit. I'm curious, whose fault is it then? Tony has become the man he loathed in 2019. That is my sentiment a lot of weeks, guys. It drives me insane because I feel like Tony became everything he said he wasn't going to do. Bought up Ring of Honor, did nothing with it, just hoarded the talent. Got a lot of people on roster, hoarding them, won't let them go. Putting out bad shows, only booking to his likes. No long-term vision, 50-50 booking, and a whole slew of talent from the company that you didn't want to be like. So again, my observation over the last year and a half is Tony is evolving into what he hated, what he had no interest in. As we are 1 minute away from the start of the show, just checking right now. But I will get to the hellos. Brandon, Paul, how you doing? Dudley Lucky, yo, as I'm getting the warning. So AEW Dynamite's about to begin, folks. Get in that chat. Click all the buttons. Be a part of the fun. Be a part of the show. We will see what's in store. And I will keep clicking on this chat and working our way down. 15 minutes flies so fast. But we are going to Full Gear. And one of the things they did advertise for tonight is a November Rain recap of Full Gear. Will it be a full 8-minute recap to start the show? I fucking hope not. Hopefully they use the radio edit. I'm so tired of Claudio. He's bland piece of boiled chicken. Claudio's good, though. There is talent there with Claudio. Again, maybe not the world champion, but a guy that will put on a good match, and there is some more to him. Maybe I'm biased because I go back to his Ring of Honor days. Him and Chris Hero, They killed it, but he had Hero. In the right situation, Claudio's good. Claudio shouldn't lose. But again, not the most exciting guy some days. Trey, welcome, welcome. I think it's Osprey Fletcher. I agree. Dawn, welcome back. Hey, Chad, hope everyone is having a good day. So much is happening in the world of AEW right now. Hard to keep track of it all. It is. It really is. And I'll be honest, and I've been saying this for quite a while, and I know other podcasters jump on after the show and act like they're the first people to say things. But let's be real. At the end of the day, a lot of the news coming out of AEW is disgruntled employees, smaller venues. There's not a lot of W's happening for AEW. That's my humble opinion. Like, I think they need some wins. They need some big moments. Full Gear was lackluster. The crowd reaction to Full Gear was lackluster. We worried that a Moxley OC main event wasn't enough, wasn't good enough. And we might have been right. As we are getting the classic November Rain playing. When are the trios belts ever going to be defended? I don't know. And that's one of the things about the two divisions with the Continental Classic. You got Danny in there. I'd rather see the TNT title champion or title holder not there. I'd rather see him go into an angle with somebody. The fact that he is in this doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but who am I to argue? And the trios belts never get defended. They barely see the trios together. And I got a bloody Darby. But here we go, setting up the Continental Classic. So we go from the Full Gear repeat or replay or video clip to launching the Continental Classic. Do Canadians celebrate Thanksgiving? We do. We do it in October. Ricky Stark still planned House of Glory in January 17th. We will see if that sticks. They did miss last month. I hope Malachi Black doesn't appear another 3 months again. Who knows? Who knows? Really. I completely forgot about those titles. Everybody did. I believe Canada celebrates Thanksgiving October 1st. Not October 1st, but in October. It was like October 14th this year or something like that. But yeah, middle of October, we celebrate ours. And again, I've explained it to my American counterpart because, you know, you guys did your stuff on one day, we did our stuff on another day. That's all. But we're kicking it off right away with the Gold Division, folks. The Gold League. Yeah, I don't get some of the booking, but whatever. What's up, ABJ? How you doing? How you doing? As we creep towards Trey, how's it going? Tanisha, how's it going? Cherokee, we got you. MDB got you a bunch. Wrestling Pro. Anthony's in the house. Kyle's in the house. Mega's in the house. Sean Reed's back with us. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Wasting no time tonight. As here comes the Hurt Syndicate. I will put this into the chat. But how do you feel about this match, folks? We are opening it with Shelton Benjamin set to take on Mark Briscoe. And I'm sorry, Mark, I love you, but it's not going to be your night. Let's go. Get your votes in. Let me know who you're taking. Remember, folks, we take a prediction on every single match. We take a rating out of 10 at the end of the night. So let us know what is up and how you're feeling. There you go. There you go. Dun, dun, dun. Where's Spaz? What's up, K-Fave? J-Fave having a better day today. Thanks, chat, for all the kind words yesterday with a lot of NXT and Bloodsport. Do you think we get GCW cameos in the Rumble? You're more familiar than me. I don't think so. You know, could GCW bleed into like the ID program and maybe NXT? Yeah, but to show up at the Rumble, nah. You got to remember, like a lot of people that we know that were like, oh, so and so is great, but MVP has a mic. But yeah, a bit of a leap for me, Spaz. I'm glad you're having a better day, and thank you for the super chats. Remember, folks, those super chat, super stickers, your way to stand out here in the chat. Sweet Tony Rings is Debbie Downer on Wednesdays. Let's go. Yeah, Anthony's always in good spirits. When was the last time we saw Claudio lose? A rare event indeed. We don't see him compete a lot, and we don't see him lose a lot either. So, what are we eating for Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow? Ask in the chat. You got to go turkey, bro. It's got to be a turkey involved. What up, Mega? Think I got you. What's up, Kyle? We're getting huge MVP chants. Now, remember, they're a heel faction, but they are over. So lean into it. Lean into it and ride it out. This might be the group that actually is intriguing to challenge Moxley's group. You need baby faces. Tons of food. Eat all the food. Shelton wins. Shelton wins. Good evening, Brandon. I got Shelton. Shelton. Anybody taking Mark? 19% are taking Mark. 81% are taking Shelton. Actually, that's a lie. 6% are taking nobody. Got Shelton. KJ saw this card. I did see this card. This Hurt Syndicate theme song slaps. I like it. As they start a Who's House chant in the building. So even the AEW fans are confused. They're chanting MVP, then they're chanting Swerve. They should be booing MVP and cheering Swerve. I don't know. Beat the snot out of Swerve Strickland. Sounds like my pops. I think it's October 15th. It moves. It's like the second week of October every year. I might make that up. But in my opinion, one of the biggest changes in AEW needs to make. Stay away from Chicago for a bit. Too much saturation in that market. I think as we're getting a replay of Bobby Lashley and Swerve Strickland from last night, from Saturday, Swerve essentially being dismantled. So I thought we were jumping right into the action here tonight, folks. But at first, we're getting a little bit of a promo. Wise man betray. Christopher, that's a hot topic. I like that we're debating it. Blake Shelton Benjamin. There you go. Double fan. If the crowd is dead in AEW, then AEW truly sucks. We have the best wrestling fans in the country in the crowd tonight. You got a point. But again, they have saturated the hell out of certain markets. So does Chicago still have the same aura that it used to have? So when do we celebrate? We celebrate it the same day as you, the 30th. That one's more made up. 316. That's why people who work at AEW that are friends with Cody and Punk are getting sent home or something. A lot of people have this theory that if you were sympathetic to Punk or a Punk friend, a Punk fan, that Tony Khan did not like you nearly as much. Is there truth to that? I don't know, 316. But a lot of people have surmised that Punk is part of the issue. If you were a Punk fan, a Punk friend, that Tony Khan isn't happy about that. There you go. There you go. So MVP sets the table. Darby playing the role of Sting in the NW. Yeah, storyline from WCW, Get Real Tony. Not really, though. And it's not the same. Again, Sting went quiet. Willie, how you doing, buddy? Yo, yo, yo. We up here. Seen they took starts off both upcoming GCW events. Yeah, we've been talking about it. Part of the pre-show tonight. I'm sure we'll talk more about it. It's unfortunate. Like I said, I was pumped to see him show up at GCW Dream On. Cut a hard promo. A lot of people agreed with what he said. And the backlash seems to be, well, we're not going to give you the opportunity to go out there and smash us. Besmirch us, if you will. As here comes Mark Briscoe. 78, still going Shelton. I think this Continental Classic will get some feuds after this. I think the benefit of the Continental Classic is it takes the booking away from Tony a little bit as far as Oh, face to face. Briscoe and Bobby just eyeing each other down. But I do think that if you just let Tony put two guys in the ring and let them fight, that kind of saves us from all the bullshit storytelling he's trying. I'm trying. Love Lashley gives Swerve his comeuppance. Oh, I mean, again, you had no choice. We have 12 people. I don't know what that's in refer to. 2 cheesecakes and sweet potato pie and pumpkin pie. Give me pumpkin pie any day of the week. An apple pie. Sweet potato pie I could do without. Cheesecake's never a bad thing, depending, but usually not a bad thing. Garcia became champ. Okay, Mega. So Danny Garcia becomes champ. Great. That's awesome. As I will close the poll in a second, but my issue, it's great. Danny's champ. But instead of putting Danny in a storyline and defend his title, work his title, you put him in the Continental Classic. To me, that you have so much talent. You have so many guys on the roster that could be in the Continental Classic, but your new TNT champion gets put in there. I have an issue with that. Praying for tonight. Hopefully it's a good one. That's what we do every Wednesday, Wrestling Proud. AEW getting their money's worth on that gun. Yeah, no shit. They're milking it. The reason Ricky got pulled from GCW was that Effie did an interview. It was Effie's podcast, and he was talking shit about TK and his dad. That could be part of it. Again, speculation on a lot of fronts. What up? Roddy, what's up? I think Brandon, I got you. Let me scroll down. Let's see what's up. Stars with the super chat, taking all bets on when the first CM Punk chants. The lack of crowd interaction even makes the replay videos not seem that serious of a deal. That is true. And again, it's something that Tony's got to talk to his people about, talk to his wrestlers. They need guys like Mark Briscoe who know how to work a crowd. That is the one thing that you cannot take away from AJ, Costco, Boom Boom, whatever the fuck, because he worked the crowd. Him and QT worked the crowd. But both men are on the outside. And Shelton just chucking Mark around. KJ outside of the bloodline, what is there to look forward to on Raw and SmackDown? I mean, Raw, there's been no bloodline, and it's, well, bits of bloodline. There's tons going on Raw as far as the stories. I mean, we're still trying to figure out what's happening with the Judgment Day. I know Liv and Rhea is still cooking to an extent, but I mean, Raw has been perfectly fine. SmackDown is very bloodline heavy, but I do like what they're doing with the U.S. title. I like what they're doing with the tag titles. I think there's a lot going on both shows right now. Besmirch. Gold standard. Let's go. Did you hear the appropriate comment on the reporter asked Bobby Lashley at the media scrum? I did. And I thought they handled it extremely well. I was very, very impressed. And again, that, I mean, without me jumping on a soapbox early in the show tonight, again, it's media people like that stir up a lot of bullshit. 10 minutes before anything happened. True. Mark Briscoe going to the top. Caught by Shelton. Thrown by Shelton. Down goes Briscoe. Angle could start his own faction. The Kurt Syndicate. There you go. War Games leading to Punk Roman? No, I don't think so. Merchants of Misery should be their new name. Well, they seem pretty happy with Hurt Syndicate as we go into picture-in-picture, folks. Benjamin taking on Briscoe. Let me know how you feel about it. Let me know what you think of the start of the show. What's your favorite Thanksgiving dish? The turkey. I don't care. I mean, I'm a sucker for all the fixins, but I'm a huge fan of turkey. Turkey all the time, then turkey sandwiches for days. Can't go wrong with turkey. This match should be fun. Not bad start. Benjamin, pumpkin pie, cheesecake is ideal. There you go. Mr. Noob knows what's up. Just double all of it up. Let's go. Let's go. Did you see the reporter? Got that one. Danny doesn't need to be put in the Continental Classic. It doesn't help him. And I don't think he's going to win it. So how does the TNT title have any value? And again, if he's going to be taking L's in a round robin, in my humble opinion, you beat the champ, you either get the belt or you get a shot at the champ. So what do? I don't get Daniel Garcia being booked in this. I don't get Beast Mortos being booked in this. I don't get 130 your trios title being booked in this. Right? If Claudio's going to do single stuff, make him a singles. Right now he's your trios champion. I don't love it. Will they, AEW broadcasting and Punk chants on TV? They got no choice. I mean, it's so hard, and their production. They're not like Fox where their fingers heavy on that trigger. This is going to be a long-ass journey going right till World's End. Which, ironically, as of right now, there's more known about Dynasty than World's End, which is crazy to me. I just wish this tournament wasn't for Okada's belt. I don't think Okada did enough to make that belt feel important. He didn't, but again, has anybody answered these questions? And if you know right now, if you're in the chat and you have these answers, Okada, does he have to win to retain? What I would have done is you have a tournament, and see, when they originally did this tournament, I thought it was going to be like the Owen Hart or the King of the Ring. I didn't think he was going to be a champion that defended his title all year around. So when you get back to the tournament, Okada should not be in it. You have the tournament. The winner of this year's tournament fights Okada to decide who the new Continental Champion is. That's how I would do it. Okada being in it, I don't know how it works. If he loses, again, he's the title holder. If you beat him in the round robin, don't you want his belt? If he doesn't win the tournament, does he lose his belt? How does this work? Not enough has been explained to me. I'm here every week with you guys. What is happening? Why are they not explaining more? Did Tony at least tell Mark they were honoring your brother by taking dumps on you every chance we get? Oh, Roddy, that's a tough one. There's so much that could be done with Mark Briscoe. I love Mark Briscoe. There's so much you could do with him, and the fans would get behind it. Like if you had a legitimate TNT champion, a heel TNT champion, and Briscoe was the guy chasing him, the fans would love it. But he does more jobs than he doesn't. So many people in the Classic are people that are in heavy rotation. Why have two champs in this Classic? That is also my question, kid. I agree with you. Welcome back to the channel. But you constantly talk about how much talent you have. So, again, let's say Ricky Starks is available. You could use him, but you don't want to. All right. But you talk about this robust roster, right? Why not maybe a Buddy Murphy, maybe a Malachi Black? Why not maybe where's Hobbs? Hobbs just came back. Wouldn't it do great for Hobbs to have a really strong tournament, even if he doesn't win it? But it's the same handful of people. It is very VKM. What up, dope dopes? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Garcia should not be in the tournament. Use that spot for someone else. Facts. As we are back to the action, Shelton swinging, getting chopped in the throat. Big forearms. Briscoe. Gold standard, Shelton Benjamin for the win. Good evening, Larry. Welcome back. Welcome back. Everyone, including you, Big Nick, and Ringsider Anthony, on behalf of myself, happy Thanksgiving. Well, thank you so much, Larry, on behalf of Nick and Anthony. I know Anthony's lurking around the chat somewhere, but we thank you guys. We thank all of you guys. We just hit 6K. We're hoping to get to 7K, lickety split. We appreciate all the love. We appreciate all the time. We appreciate anybody for giving us the valuable moments of their life. So Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are grateful. All three of us are grateful, and all three of us will be back tomorrow to talk about that as well. Whatever outcome in this tournament leads to, Tony Khan has to figure out how to book Fletcher versus Buddy at Grand Slam for a championship. I don't know. Big elbow off the apron. It's a really good match to start the show, folks. What's up, Jake? See money. Welcome back. Did you see the quotes from FB? He did say Shad pays DK to go away. Tell me when he's telling lies. FB said several things that were very on point. He talked about jealousy. He talked about his dad. He talked about the money. Again, this is an interesting thing. TNA is working with the WWE. GCW is not happy with AEW. We got other companies kind of getting into bed with WWE. You see things like the ID program. Are the walls closing around Tony Khan? I can't really blame Tony Khan for taking Ricky off of GCW events. You can't just badmouth the company. You're contracted for. WWE would never allow something like that either, but AEW is at fault for it. I mean, again, I would love to jump on that, Boston, and say, oh, you're crazy, but you're not wrong. We let you go there. How dare you say that? How dare you make us look bad? I mean, I get it. I think what everyone's kind of stuck on, though, is it's a problem that you've created. He's been public before about, no, I'm healthy. You've heard Tony say, I'd love to use Ricky Starks, but doesn't. So, wow, super kick. Jesus. Dose. So, yeah, I want to defend Ricky on this one, but you're not wrong. I mean, again, if WWE let Shinsuke go to Noah, or we just saw WWE at Bloodsport with GCW. If one of their talent grabbed the mic and shot off, the ramifications would be solid. I think that's one of the problems with Tony Khan is, and I'm going to say it, folks, he's pussyfooting a lot. He really is. He's soft, like baby poo soft. And he just needs to step up. And 1, 2, 3, Shelton Benjamin emphatically takes out Mark Briscoe. Goodbye, Mark. Woo! Briscoe for the win, not tonight. But yeah, Boston, you got a valid point, man. It's a slip. Like, you understand why the athlete is upset. You understand why the owner would do what he did. Now, if the owner did it because Effie shot off, well, that's not Ricky's fault. And Effie's not part of the ownership, as far as I know, with GCW. So again, it all just seems petty. It all feels mismanaged. The Punk situation, mismanaged. The Jack Perry situation, mismanaged. Andrade, mismanaged. Like, so many of these stories are becoming the same. And again, where there's smoke, there's fire. And fuck, it's smoky in here. And it's not just the vitamins. Shelton Benjamin, the first one to get on the board in the blue division, put up those 3 points. Briscoe, donut. Brody King is. We'll get back there. Went to a WWE Raw show and a Dynamite, and WWE actually put on more of a show, a performance. Dynamite was just like, please be the last match. As now we are getting a breakdown of the. So they did the match. They should have done this little package before the match. Would anybody disagree with that? Yeah, I mean, again, WWE is very much about the experience of going to the venue and what you get, the interaction, the, Jey Uso in the crowd, the sing-alongs. AEW is very much of like, we're going to come to the ring, we're going to do our moves, you're going to applaud when you need to applaud, and then we're going to go home. There's not enough showmanship. I think 2025, we get Roman versus Punk. I'd hold on to that. There's a lot of other Punk things that we need to deal with. And I do think that 2025, early 2025, Seth and Roman is on the docket. Panic at the Briscoe. Yeah, there's panic. He lost. Does AEW need Shane McMahon? No. Maybe. It's not a direct no. Need is a tough word, Jose. Do they need him? They need something. But again, if Shane McMahon comes in and he's just a part of the kerfuffle, hashtag kerfuffle MDB. If he's part of the fucking nonsense, then you're never going to get anywhere. But if Shane comes in and you take advantage of all that clicking, all the news that creates, and you turn it into something, you really could use it. Need might be a strong word. And again, in what capacity do they need him? They need a booker. They need better production. They need somebody to manage the talent. They need several things. I don't know if Shane McMahon checks off all those boxes. And if he's in there just to collect money and do what everyone says, we're never going to go anywhere. Pitcher in pitcher. No, I'm way behind. Dash 8, good to see fried turkey. Turducken, let's go. Raw has Gunther, the White Six. Okay, I'll skip over that. All right, I got to catch up. You know, I didn't like cranberry sauce until I was like 35 years old. Mashed potatoes are the shit. There's a constant fight. Poor Mama White has to fucking make all the potatoes because there's a battle for potatoes and gravy. You know, it's a constant at my place. I want to see this Death Rider storyline lead to a Darby joining forces with the House of Black. I want to see the Death Rider storyline lead to something compelling. I like what Moxley's doing. Don't waste it. You can't keep beating up nobodies. You need to create some, like, I mean, you have a guy like Will Ospreay, and I just feel like you're not pushing the guys. Ospreay's been trapped in the middle since he got to this fucking company. Bradley, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? It was very kind of you to let me win by 0.9. I appreciate you, sir. And we do appreciate Bradley's generosity, giving out and gifting all these memberships. If you've received one recently, be very happy, very generous, and we're thankful, Bradley. Just made my pumpkin pie for tomorrow, going to Grandma's house. All right, Riding Hood. Don't be careful. Don't talk to the wolf. Gilly, welcome back. I heard that the reason Ricky Starks hasn't been on TV was because he attended the WWE PLE when Cody won the title, and he was close to CM Punk as well as Danhausen and FTR. So TK don't use him. That is very possible, Gilly. I can't say for sure in either direction. I can't confirm or deny, but it does seem like that. Plus, there was the rumor that Ricky pissed Edge off during their kind of ad-lib promo. But here comes the CEO. Sweet potatoes. What's up, Corey? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Chat is on fire. Keep this chat going. KJ, is this close to the fantasy? I'm in. I'm 8. I just need to win this next couple of weeks. I'm there with no tomfoolery. With no, just doing me. I might have made it. I might get in. Gravy for the dog. Let's go. The D Riders. Oh, and my dinner, speaking of dinners, is slowly moving up my throat. How many chops in the Jericho match? Folks, we'll take an over-under. What are we at? Let's say 40. Over under 40 chops. Can't forget about pumpkin pie. You never forget about the pie. Death Riders equals Timu NWO. I at least appreciate that they're trying to do something, and I think Moxley's trying to do something. The problem is if you have a villain with no hero, then it's just a guy causing trouble, and nobody's doing shit. There you go. There you go, bro. Oh, gratin potatoes. I can deal with that. But Stat and Mercedes, it was Mercedes' best AEW performance to date. Dun-dun. Oops, I don't know what the fuck it did. Adam, AEW needs a legit booker. That's all. Yeah, but I think it's a bigger problem. It's an Eric Bischoff problem, Adam. Tony is now in that fucking realm that everybody. Oh, wait a minute. Camille is telling the CEO to shut up. What? Are you stupid or are you dumb? Holy shit. Big pop for Camille, though. Showmanship is why Shawn Michaels is highly regarded as a wrestler. His in-ring was great, but his showmanship was even better. He goes down. That's the guy that Ric Flair calls the best ever. Because of that, he sold the fuck out of everything. He was great on the mic. He knew how to get people to either cheer or scream or boo or both. He was outstanding. But Camille just walks off on the CEO. Too soon, but at least Camille got a pop. As now we are getting the buzz of AJ and QT Marshall, the most talked about match from Full Gear. Is that a good or bad thing, folks? Listening to you complain about what AEW is doing is more entertaining than the show sometimes. Wrestling might suck. We never do, my guy. That's what we do. And we appreciate it. We do appreciate your 2 cents, your opinion. But didn't Jack Perry do something similar to Ricky did in New Japan? Also, at this point, does Ricky have to lose? He's already iced out of AEW. Exactly. So I think he said, fuck it. I think the difference is Jack Perry was very much within, like Tony knew Jack Perry was going to rip up the contract and da-da-da-da. Like, that's the difference. All right? I don't think he knew what was up with Ricky. But again, Ricky has nothing to lose. Let's get to 120 likes by the end of the first hour. Let's fucking go. Let's go, people. As up next, the boring tree is upon us. The Ring of Honor title in the middle of the first hour. Why? Why did we do a contract signing for a match that is in the middle of the fucking first hour? The Nueve. All right, folks, get your votes in. Who you taking? Who you taking? Happy Thanksgiving to all those who celebrate. Jason, thank you, thank you, thank you. I wonder if Bobby is just chilling until after World's End. Feels like the Swerve feud is either over or on ice. But that's what you want to do. You got to keep some momentum, Richard. I'm a little concerned if he's just chilling until World's End next year. Who are they building Bobby to beat up at World's End? That's what they should be doing now. Who does Bobby want to get his hands on and continue his momentum? Yeah, I feel too often you're bringing guys in. You did it with Ricochet. You brought him in and he floundered. If Bobby's not doing anything, we have nothing to cheer about or talk about or boo. But here comes the Stone Pitbull. Combined age of 108 in this match. Yeah, exactly. Panic at the Briscoe, kerfuffle. Tony Khan avoids confrontation instead of talking it out and working it out. I don't think he knows how. And again, I've said this before, for anybody out there that saw the classic Tom Hanks movie, Big, that is Tony Khan. Tony Khan is a young child in a grown man's body. Tony Khan's older than me, folks. But yeah, so he doesn't deal with confrontation. He gives the wrestlers what they want. He sucks up to the ones that are nice to him. That's a big problem. If Tony was just an overseer and let someone else take care of wrestling operation, the company would be way better off. AEW is legit needs a booker. Yeah, they got bigger problems. So if Shane is no, I don't think he's gonna book. Yes, if he's gonna come out and do a horrible Ali stuff, shuffle, then no. Well, I mean, again, you risk blowing out a hammy or a quad. But ding, 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 folks, we are off and running. And this might be the match that nobody wins, including the fans. Time to mute. Yeah, shit. CEO sucks. Smoke break. Boo for Monet. I'm still mad at Sasha retained the belt. But I will give credit where credit is due. It was her best performance as an AEW talent. I still don't like her at all. I don't like how pretentious she is. We're at 5. We're chopping away. We're chopping already. Thumbs up. Let's go. Let's go. Bringing in Shane would be like just bringing in Russo to WCW. The only good idea is because he had someone to filter through them. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the idea of Shane just being like the guy behind Moxley, and that they're trying to. But again, from a content creator standpoint, I want Shane. Do I ever think it's going to happen? No. To be honest, she needs to change her theme song. It sucks. It sucks. Ooh, Sasha Stanks, under 40. Pecan Pie, over 40 chops. This is fucking embarrassing, guys. I think some of the people in the crowd were chanting "Chop Forever." It does look like she's. Oh, there we go. A couple suplexes. We got away from chops. Big clothesline. It's like watching two drunk uncles at the fucking Thanksgiving party. Allow me to add another conspiracy theory. The Bucks take a leave of absence, and all of a sudden, we have a Ricky Starks sighting everywhere. Interesting. I don't know how those dots connect, but very, very interesting. And again, I do think the Bucks are planning to come back as the heroes. They are going to go after the Death Riders and defend. We've thought about it, and we love this company. Ignore everything we did before, but we love this company, and we're not letting Moxley take it over. CE, no. Camille, please turn on Mercedes. She just did. Kinda. Mercedes looks like, I don't agree. Is AEW doing 6 hours of taping tonight? I don't know, Eric. I think so. I think on the ad or the call out for Dynamite, it was Dynamite Collision, Rampage, Ring of Honor. I don't fucking know. All the things. We got a DDT on the apron. Looked like shit. Hogan Monet era. CEO equals smoke break. I get my AEW title Friday, Anthony. That's great. Women's match of the year. No, God, no, God, no, God, no. It was her best match. It doesn't nowhere near match of the year. I'm so tired of wrestlers getting pissed off because of what was said in a promo. Grow a set. I'm tired of pro wrestlers getting mad at all. The fact that some keyboard warrior can rattle these professionals' cage, that guys like Jericho, Ricochet, Sasha, the Dax Harwood, that these athletes can't take it, that these athletes can't take a little criticism. Holy shit. Imagine if actual athletes out there took the time to respond to the hate they get. Are you fucking kidding me? It comes off so insecure. I said it. I was a big fan of Ricochet. What he's been doing on Twitter and Instagram or wherever, he looks soft. He looks insecure. He looks like he has an ego out of control that he can't handle some guy with 100 followers saying Ricochet should be booked better. But yeah, I'm really getting mad at everybody. Promos are supposed to be promos. Bad guys are supposed to say bad things. That's it. The heroes are supposed to avenge them. Camille got that thing singing. Dang singing. It feels like money. Mercedes looks good in blue always. Meh. She probably had this Ricky Starks thing can be a huge money for Tony. So could the CM Punk thing. One of the biggest mistakes that has ever plagued AEW is not turning CM Punk into dollars. Jericho's bleeding from the mouth, by the way, and then now they're just slapping each other pathetically. Fuck, this is so bad, guys. You can't tell me this is where the best wrestle and then put this shit on my TV. I watched NXT last night with people that have less than 5 years in the business put on better matches than I got right in front of me right now. And you can't get Malachi Black or Hobbs or Lance Archer or Ricky Starks or Thunder Rosa on your TV, but I got this on my TV. Put this fucking match behind the paywall. Why are you wasting the fans' time? And this is why the AEW fan base is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. This is why they got to move venues. This is why they got to book smaller venues. This is why people won't tune in on a Saturday night and pick Collision over anything else that's on. This is why. Because you have so much talent on your roster, yet you want to give me two guys with a combined age of 150 slapping each other for 20 fucking minutes in the middle of your flagship show. It's not good. It's not quality. In 2024, this is not good. Simple. People will tune out, not tune in. But Jericho is wedged firmly up Tony Khan's ass, so we get Jericho and all of his maniacal ideas always. Not the young talent, not the good talent, not the talent that deserves TV time. Jericho. I can't figure it out. But you said finally, but they just started. Camille's only been in Sasha's corner for what, 3 matches? 4? Like, it blows my mind. They don't know how to let anything cook. They don't know how to let anything simmer, saute. They don't know how to let anything build. Yes, great, Camille turned. But it only took a month and a half for her to get fed up with this bitch. It's fucking nuts. I'm surprised that they did give Mercedes her stat 19 minutes. A little bit. Camille, yeah, 100%. That was quick, super quick. She quit. Good for you. By the way, we are picture in picture, and the two old men are wobbling around like they've had too much to drink. Rizzler. I would rather watch a rematch between AJ and QT than watch this. Let me catch up and see what people are saying about this shit. Oh, I got to change the channel just to keep track here. There you go. Wednesday nights, I get to stay up late, watch Jericho while I... Yeah, except Jericho just kills all of it. Tony is the type of guy who asks a girl out for a date after dinner. He asks a girl for marriage. Seems like it. Tony Khan seems like the guy that's only ever had a girl because he paid for her. Camille is Monet's corner as her bodyguard is so stupid. Monet just proved on Saturday she doesn't need a bodyguard. Bad writing. Didn't Monet come in with her own writer? 100% Gilly, 100%. Twice, you have Monet getting wins over Queen Aminata, over Stat, with no help. None. Actually, when Camille fought Aminata, she needed help from Sasha. Bad writing, no long-term thinking, no long-term hope, no, like, you know what? They're going to be dominant in this division for months. And we're going to build the tension. No, let's just get it over with. What happens when the guy booking has ADD? It just, trust me, I get it. Jericho Hogan for the win. Jericho Hogan? Is that the first time we're here, Jericho Hogan? Hashtag Jericho Hogan exists. Ishi wobbles to his feet. Snooze match. What did the fans say? 59% for Jericho, 9% Ishii, 32% nobody. Nobody seems like the right answer. We all lose here, folks. Jericho out here looking like Woody. Very shit lariat. Jericho wobbles back into the corner looking like shit. Yeah, Jericho Hogan. You tell me, be honest. Where's my buddy Robert? Where's all the people that like to argue with me? You're telling me there's not 2 human beings that Tony Khan is currently paying that can have this TV time instead of this shit. I got Jericho sadly and say, hi, guys. Yeah, it's just fucking bad. Definitely over 40 chops. I lost count, Ken Rock. The tree of wisdom from the Wiggles is more entertaining than the learning tree. DW, thank you so much for the super chat. And you are right. TK is a human chihuahua. He's not confronting shit. Facts. He's never had to. He spent his whole life having problems solved for him. Ishi kicks out. The bullshit continues. TK is reminding me a lot of Vince. So this match has gone about 15 minutes so far, right? This must be bad guy tunnel night. All I have emerged from here of there, even the learning tree, love the stone pitbull out of the good guy tunnel. Jared Hogan for the win. Big Ed for the W. No, you're wrong, Jason. And I'll tell you why. Down goes Ishii again. Jericho didn't come up with a gimmick, start doing the gimmick, and then the crowd started booing him. Jericho did this because and it's not heat. I'm not like, oh, I hate this guy. He's beating up my favorite wrestler. He is eating up television time. That is not good for business. It is go away heat. It is no heat. As Jericho kicks out now, barely, and this continues to be embarrassing. So that's the problem. He's not doing his job. And I'm not mad at the character, Chris Jericho. I'm mad at the human being, Chris Jericho. See, there's a difference. Okay? And then other people have said that. Well, you're supposed to hate it. Well, you got to remember, people were chanting, please retire, before he started this gimmick. Big clothesline from Ishii, who has a bloody nose, by the way. Another two. Nobody, because we all have to watch Chris Jericho be a clown. But that's the thing. So it was reactionary. And Jericho thought, well, they're all telling me to retire, so I'm going to lean into it. And what hurt Jericho the most for me, as a long standing Jericho fan, is what happened. Did Jericho wake up one day and bump his head? Why all of a sudden did Jericho wake up like this? As we get the Judas effect. And it looked hard. That looked gross. Another one. 3. DK is bringing a lot of shame with his soft mentality. We don't do that in Illinois. Vince is a bad guy, but you had to respect his wrestling mind as a businessman. I don't think anyone respects Tony. Nobody does. And everybody just collecting them dollar bills, y'all. As Chris Jericho picks up the win, and that was boring as fuck for damn near 20 minutes. These guys would make Paul Bunyan proud, I guess. I'm a Jericho fan still. Sorry for your luck. This reminds me of the episode of South Park when Randy... Yes. This is so bad. And that was it. The big epic match of two old guys falling over each other. But here's Swerve with Nana. Jericho just made the list. Chop Fest. Here we go. Did you like pie? Turned off AEW off, so he couldn't take it. Roddy. The Young Bucks are going for the New Japan tag. So Kenny's going to New Japan. The Bucks are going to New Japan. They're all EVPs apparently. Are they jumping off the ship early? What is the deal here? Oh, Max Caster laughing at Swerve. Okay. What is happening here? The best thing about Jericho is he's wearing my favorite number in Spanish on his trunks. That's a fucking reach. The Learning Tree, the Appreciation Society, the Wizard, the Demo God, the Inner Circle. Please make this make sense. Make it make sense, but stop. Take a fucking break. Oh, it's Swerve. Puts Caster up against the wall. All right, we got to fight. And Swerve just laying out Caster. What if we were getting all worked up and Ricky was supposed to say everything and it did, and it leads to a genius angle of Ricky interrupting the AEW shows and demanding matches? Great. And I'll be the first one to say, good job. That's it. I mean, I think a lot of us are jaded right now, Boston. A lot of us don't expect it. A lot of us aren't anticipating genius. That's the problem. If they do it, great. Great job. Get Ricky back on TV as a disgruntled employee. Great. Perfect. Jericho gets more TV time than half the fucking roster. And mostly, we can only do one women's match a week, guys. One fucking women's match a week. But I can get a 20-minute Jericho and Ishi match. What the fuck? What's up, Maddie? When's the last time someone actually in Ring of Honor got a title shot? It's like the NXT title was won by somebody on the main roster and never defended it on NXT. That's a phenomenal fucking question. The Ring of Honor, the only Ring of Honor titles that you see on Ring of Honor, I mean, the women's title, the women's TV title, you sometimes see the tag titles. A Ring of Honor, when Tony took over Ring of Honor, he made a lot of promises, and it's embarrassing what he's done to Ring of Honor. Any debut tonight, Carl? I'd be shocked. Is AEW doing 6 hours? I think I answered that, but thank you, Maddie. They wouldn't want to live in Australia. I don't think so. Remember, everybody, Rampage will be on at 6 p.m. Saturday's Collision, and not on Friday. Oh, okay. So it's only SmackDown KG. Oh, thanks. I give thanks. Yes. Yeah, I thought Collision was going early. I didn't realize Rampage was moving. So, yeah, we will be here for SmackDown, the go-home show for Survivor Series. And I will take a second to remind the 130 people we have hanging out. We are here at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. for Survivor Series this weekend. Myself, Big Nick, going to run you through all the action. Tomorrow night, we are here for the preview and predictions. 8 p.m. Thursday night, we're going to run through Survivor Series. What we think is going to happen, what we think could happen. We're going to give you our predictions for each match. It's going to be a fun one. We might talk a little turning point as well, because on Friday, we might not have Rampage, but we will be here for turning point as well. So be a part of the show, be a part of the fun, be a friend, tell a friend, take our link and share it with everybody you know. Let's see if we can get up to 150 before I go home tonight. But, well, he's keeping around dinosaurs like Jericho. I'm praying that this is Chris Jericho's last year in the ring. I highly doubt that, Michael. He thinks he's doing phenomenal. His boss thinks he's doing phenomenal. It is a problem. AEW was supposed to be the cool, young, edgy wrestling. That's what it was supposed to be. Bringing in the likes of the Bucks and Kenny and you know, the Private Party, who were young and up and coming. Darby, who we didn't know. Orange Cassidy, we weren't really sure of. They were young and edgy. But now you got Bobby Lashley, MVP, Shelton Benjamin, Chris Jericho, and the list goes on and on and on of just Adam Copeland, older statesmen that I don't think are bringing enough value to the table. And that's not saying I don't like those guys. But Tony Khan should have been using guys like MJF, Adam Hangman Page, who's coming to the ring right now, and building up from within. Jay White, Will Ospreay. You have so much talent that hadn't touched WWE that you could have built. And yeah, you sprinkle in a Danielson or a Moxley. I'm okay with that. But when it becomes overwhelmingly noticeable, what happened? What happened to you being the cool, young, exciting wrestling? What happened? What changed? But here comes Hangman, all smoky and shit. When is Speedball coming in? Rumor is January, bonkers. But again, you watch these stories, and we warned you, do not trust the dirt sheets. They said the MCMG was going to Dubs. They didn't. They said they were going to NXT. They didn't. Be careful who your sources are. Speedball was said to be in the Continental Classic. He's not. Some people reported he was on Rampage last week. He was not. Does that mean Speedball's not coming? No, I believe he is coming. But I believe it's January. Watching Jericho come out for a match on Dynamite makes me feel like I'm watching. Yeah, to an extent. AW needs Brock. No, that wouldn't work. You think Tony was afraid of CM Punk? Brock's a different animal. The world is growing into a giant. I got what you're saying. Not going to read that. Bad guys are meant to make us despise them. Fact. Tony needs no money. We know that. TK will F up Speedball progression. We'll see. I mean, I like Speedball a lot. I've watched Speedball a lot. Again, a good old Canadian boy. What are we watching right now? This is embarrassing. I believe that was the Jericho match. Are you still slapping each other? Yeah, they slapped for a while. It was fucking bad. Bad. Chris as a manager is not a terrible idea. Why does Chris Jericho get more ring time than Big Bill and Bounty Hunter? Honestly, don't know why they signed Ishii with all the talent not being used. So many that are better. That's my question. That's my question to everybody out there. If you love AEW and you watch AEW every week like I do, why? Why Ishii? But here comes Jay White interrupting Adam Page. In that power slab, you know do wrestling. What's up, Todd? How you doing? It'll get better in 2025. Fingers crossed. Because from halfway through 2023 all the way through 2024, Tony's been just fucking, I don't know what he's doing. Dale, couldn't have said it better myself. Hot take, Stephanie looked better in the ring than Julia by a good amount. I don't know how accurate that is. But I do think Stephanie, again, you brought in all this talent. We saw Zarya. We've seen Stephanie and Julia. Again, let them fight it out. Competition is great. So we'll see what they do. Stephanie is solid, and the fans are really getting behind her. So it is a bit of a hot take, but she's good. Went from Briscoe and Benjamin, which was good, to this, and back and forth slapping match. So we went from a good opening match to a backstage thing to that horrible match to a backstage thing to a promo. We've slowed down the show again, guys. We're back into VKM booking where the middle of the show is just the middle of the shit sandwich. It felt like forever, though. It did. It did feel like forever. I give you that. I was wondering if you guys have already talked about Ricky Starks being. Yeah, we talked about it a lot as Pac. Wait, what? What? Yuta chop block. Pac takes out White, and Yuta takes out Page. Is this a response from the main event? I have Full Gear. As Jay White chucks Yuta. By the way, Tony, Yuta's not a thing. Let it go. So then Jay White helps Page, and then Page lays out White. And Shafir takes out Page. So are we going to get a triple threat or a fatal four-way at World's End? What do you think? Jay White, Hangman, Moxley, Darby. Maybe. Whoa, Jay White's got Shafir. And here's Moxley with the choke. And again, the complications continue to be complicated. Wow, I'm way behind. Four-way, I kind of like this. I don't like Jay White getting choked out by Marina Shafir. Other than that, I think I'm pretty comfortable. Somebody got a swing on Marina. No. Pac here. It makes no sense. That's kind of what I'm stuck on, Anthony, a little bit, is Hangman and Jay White have a rivalry. Jay White helps Hangman only to get beat up. Now nobody's helping Jay White, but Jay White's in a faction. Where's Juice? I know the ass boys, one of them hurt. One of the cheeks is out. Any Jericho match sucks. It sucks ass, Alexis. It was bad. Doesn't know who that wrestler is on his roster. All egotistical wrestling, Dynamite, can't even keep the ratings above NXT. That's why WWE is far past their level. Blame Tony Khan at why AEW sucks. I do. And I agree. As Hangman down on the outside, Yuta gives him a kick for good measure. So what is going to happen here, folks? What is your prediction? Hangman Page should be the face of the company. He's been there since day one as a wrestling company. You have to have that wrestler. That is the face of your company. That is the main draw, and Tony Khan. Listen, Hangman Page gets all the love, and I was critical of him being kind of sloppy and all over the place. But Claudio, who was not involved in the beatdown at all, is now coming out for his match. Don't forget, folks, we got new merch. Go become part of the For Life Army. We got black, we got green, we got white. Go check out our store now. But Claudio and Ricochet are going to come up next. How do you see this playing out? Because it's scrambled eggs. Yes, hashtag scrambled eggs. Thought maybe I'd get a small glimpse of AEW tonight, and I saw Jericho on. Hell, yeah, bad timing. As we are going to a video package of Moxley and friends driving in the desert. Saturday, December. Oh, so it's for the World's End package. So, Moxley, Christian, Hangman Jay. Moxley, Darby, Hangman Jay. Moxley versus Jay. Moxley versus Hangman. Triple threat. What happened? Anybody? What is the main event tonight? Is it Darby and Brody King? I think it's going to be Darby and Brody King because it's going to tie into Moxley. You can tell me what you think. Tony should be putting over his homegrown talent over old WWE guys. 100%. You have Hangman Page coming out, piss and vinegar, like good heel work. Way better than Jericho. Way better than a lot of these other guys. Now you have a heel Adam Page get beat up by the heel faction. Who do the fans cheer for? They were just booing Page and cheering Jay White. Now you were confused. Make it make sense. Hangman losing to Jay White twice was a choice. Hangman, since beating Swerve, has done much of nothing. All that momentum from burning down the house is gone. Up in flames, bro. What are the odds? What are the odds? In weekly programming, in weekly television, consistency is king. You have to make sure you are being consistent. And maybe the argument is they're being consistently chaotic. I don't know. But Moxley, again, what do you guys think this means for World's End? The AEW title is not in that small ass briefcase. Apparently it is. There should be more likes, guys. There definitely should be more likes. Let's go. Let's go. If you haven't hit that like button, don't forget the little reaction buttons. They help out the algorithm. If you and I are fighting and a group of people decided to jump both of us, doesn't logic dictate that we put our differences aside and team up? No. You have way too much faith in me. If I hate you and somebody starts beating you up, have fun, bro. Should have been nicer. I predict I'm going to have a headache trying to make sense of all this. The pacing is weird on this show. It's very sporadic. The crowd seem confused. They are confused because nothing's clear. But ladies and gentlemen, get in that chat. I will put a poll up. Who you taking? Who you taking? Who's fighting? All right, get your votes in on that one. They got to have a girl go against Marina. Somebody has to contest. This group love the group, but Marina can't keep making males look weak. It is a tough shout. And you saw Jay White grab her tonight and threaten it. Again, if this was 15 years ago, he would have hit that move. So it's a tough show. But yeah, you do need a counterbalance. Did you hear what Effie said? Effie from GC? Yes, 100%. I predict I am going to have a headache. Got that one. The AEW title, no, we got that one. I feel like we are going to end up seeing the real death of Darby on live TV one day. He seems to get whooped like Spike Dudley in the Attitude Era. Again, yes, Spike Dudley is a great comparable for Darby. As now they're chanting "Fight Forever," but nothing's happened. Is that what they're chanting? Marina Shafir is getting booked like Rhea Ripley, not overbooked. I like what Marina's doing because there is that X factor of you see a guy like Jay White who's like, I would if I could. Claudio for the win, Ricochet for the win. It's funny. So was Okada stripped of his title? We don't know. I don't know. Does he not have the title anymore? Is he like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense that you did a tournament. You had the guy carry the belt and defend it all year long to have another tournament. If it's a tournament, if it's a reward for the tournament, then that's all it should be. And he shouldn't be defending it all year. If he is defending it all year, then what I think he should give it back. I think that's how you start off the Continental Classic. Before the first match, Okada comes out, gives the title to the ref, or gives the title to somebody, Tony, I don't give a fuck who, says this title's not mine anymore. I got to win it back. No clarity, no understanding, no sensibility. Ricochet for the win. Smaller guys always win in AEW. But how do you have Moxie's whole crew come out without Claudio? But you have his crew come out look badass, and then one of arguably his biggest guy, as they just botched the picture-in-picture, his biggest guy lose right after that segment. I don't see how Claudio can lose this match. 71% going Claudio. Tony, I agree. They're too old. Are you interested in Okada versus Daniel Garcia and Will Ospreay versus Juice Robinson? I'm not that interested in Danny versus Okada at all. I think Okada's best days are behind him. I think Garcia shouldn't be in this tournament. Ospreay Juice should kill. Ospreay Juice should be fired. That I think I like Juice a lot. But where was Juice tonight? Marina Shafir got that one. Where's Willow to attack Marina after Saturday? Brian, consistency is king. So if Willow comes out during the main event and attacks Marina, why didn't she come out tonight? Why didn't Juice come out tonight? Darby is Spike Dudley with face paint. Facts. Feel like they pumped in those chants. Nothing happened in the match for them to chant it. Claudio being in the classic screams that those trios belts won't be defended anytime soon. To be honest, those belts should retire. It's just steals teams from tag team division. Those belts were created so the Young Bucks could avoid the tag team division because they were not over in the tag team division. Teams like the Lucha Bros, FTR, as soon as those teams got hot, the Bucks got pouty. The Bucks got chanted out of their own building and decided we're going to go be trios champions. And that's what happened. They chicken shit ran away. Who takes more L's? Classic. Mark Briscoe or Beast Mortos? Mark. Tony loves the Beast. If DK was scared of Punk, imagine what Ricky Starks would do to him if he got the opportunity. That's where other people talk about like other wrestlers coming in. I'm like, yeah, no, Tony would be terrified. Maybe someone like Statlander or Jamie Hayter could step up to Marina. Or if you got this badass crew, put Marina in some matches. Let her fuck up some of the women and work towards, again, domination. Marina gets a women's title. Moxie's got the men's title. Claudio gets the Continental title. Make them powerful. Let them take over. But we get one women's match every week. That's it. Comparing Darby to Spike is an insult to Spike. I don't think so, Todd. I 100% get it. And it's not like Spike Dudley was way up here. I get the comparable. Claudio wins. Willow is in the International Cup tournament. The winners of tonight's match and a match on Collision will fight. I thought they were doing Fatal 4-Ways. So does that mean I'm getting 2 women's matches tonight? Oh, spoiled. The Continental Classic literally makes no sense. The booking of it doesn't make a lot of sense. Ricochet off the top. Claudio catches him. Big backbreaker. Claudio for the win. The rules are made up as we go along. Yeah, 100%. I completely forgot Claudio's Trios chant. Those titles are so memorable. Yeah. They've been useless. And Private Party, I mean, do something with them. I mean, they got a big win on the pay-per-view. They've been chanting fight forever all night, even if Jericho, even in the Jericho match, the crowd is just saying stuff. Okay. Wow. Ricochet under. Round around. Head scissors. Out goes Claudio. Are you interested in Willow versus Serena Deeb? No. Not really. Ricochet taking out Claudio. Go back to that. What happened, KJ? I hope the viewers count come back up. I think we're good. Ricochet is the perfect mid-card jobber. Let's go. Claudio for the win. Buddy Matthews should be in the tournament. Again, valid argument. And again, we just did Darby, Brody King. Am I wrong? Did Darby not recently beat Brody King? Willow is in a tournament Saturday versus, so she can't show up tonight? I guess Willow is tied to the conglomeration somehow. That's why she came out to the OC. I guess, again, even for somebody who watches every minute of it, I'm like, we could make that work, right? The crowd is kind of coming alive, but not a ton happening right now. We got a bit of an exchange right now. I'm not sure what this is. Ricochet going for what looks to be a Death Valley driver. Claudio dropping the elbows on the side of his head. I didn't even know that was one of the rules. They should do that for everything. Let's see money. Either the crowd noise is piped in or the crowd is not paying attention. The crowd pipe popped when nothing else was happening. It was really weird, right? It was random. KJ, do we all agree that WWE retired the WWE Women's Tag Belts now? No, I don't agree with that. I got no problem with the WWE Women's Tag Belts, especially when they're floating. I think they've done a really good job, and I think the Women's Tag Team division has been more interesting than the Men's Tag Team division. So I'm all for it. Keep it. Just saw next during the break, the crowd break out into, oh, these guys are bald chants. Is that what they were saying? Amazing. Claudio's got a sharpshooter. Crowd goes miles. Ron Erner, oh, fuck that. Dude, you think I got some choice things to say about Jericho? God almighty. So if you live close to the Canadian-U.S. border, you can celebrate 2 Thanksgiving. Sounds good to me. Yes, I truly recommend everyone out there celebrate 2 Thanksgiving. It's worked well for me. I enjoy it. Mortos is literally 2-11 in singles matches this year. He never wins. Facts. Since the Bucks left the trios division, every champ since felt like an afterthought. Same thing with the tag team division. If they're not involved, they don't give a fuck. And that's what hurts this company internally. The people only give a fuck about what they are doing. Moxley cares about Moxley. Jericho cares about Jericho. The Bucks care about the Bucks. Nobody gives a fuck about AEW as a company. Everyone's just trying to get themselves where they're going. Oh, big clothesline. Now Ricochet tossed out of the ring. Decent match. Willow versus Deeb. The gold side looks unbelievable, but the blue side seems meh and obvious. Okada will win that side. See, I don't think that's obvious, Brian. Is it not going to come down to Ospreay Fletcher? I do believe, now somebody can tell me if I'm wrong, but Ospreay and Fletcher are in different divisions, correct? If they're in separate divisions, that's your winners. KJ, what is the ultimate goal of Mox in the company? That's a fucking phenomenal question, JV. I have no idea. Apparently, he was coming to take over. He was coming to let everyone know what's up. He was coming to, AEW is not the company he wanted it to be. And that's it. The winner of Jamie Hayter versus Queen Aminata go to the winners coming and goal against the winner of Willow and Serena Deeb at winners coming. All right. They're not explaining themselves very well, Damian. Another clothesline by Claudio. This match is going a bit long for me. Dude, this crowd is not even paying attention to the actions in the ring, but something is happening in the crowd. And Ricochet loses clean, lickety split. Ricochet tried his best, said Tony Schiavone. Ricochet tried his best. I told you, there was no way Claudio could lose this match. So there you go. Yeah, so Ospreay's in the gold and Fletcher's in the blue. Ospreay wins the gold, Fletcher wins the blue. We get Ospreay, Fletcher 3. As look, they go to it now from Full Gear. Foreboding. Not foreshadowing, foreboding. Hey, then. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it, Willie. I'm with you. The crowd is just saying stuff showing how badly the crowd wants to be included. They're like, come on, give us something. Guys just go out and do a series of moves. Nobody's playing to the crowd. But here's Fletcher and Callis in the back with Renee Paquette. And remember, folks, get in that chat. Be a friend, tell a friend. If you know anyone out there that likes wrestling, send them our link. Let's see if we get to 150 here tonight. AEW hasn't made no sense since MJF lost the belt to Joe. It's been scattered for a long time. So I don't know. Joe's supposed to be back, but is Joe going after Jericho? That will hurt my heart. Where would Willow make her entrance again? Where should Willow make her entrance? I don't know. She's in a tournament, so yeah, I don't know. Willow, to me, if booked properly, like the baby face she is a license to print money. If Willow was in the WWE, you'd be getting Willow t-shirts everywhere. She is the second coming of the hugger. Like, she is uber baby face. And they don't know how to do it. They'd rather have Mercedes take up TV time from talented women. It's sad. Jamie Hayter versus Queen Aminata. There you go. Here comes Adam Cole, who was not at Full Gear. Black is not in the tournament. Yeah. Black's not in the tournament. Matthews is not in the tournament. Ricky's not in the tournament. Hobbs is not in the tournament. Roosh. They put Mortos instead of Roosh. Like I said, the real downfall is Cody left and Punk got fired. I think that was a big part of it. Black not in the tournament. Yeah, on my end, you froze and the stream dropped. I went to on Facebook and came back like 3 minutes later. Anybody else out there? We're still, according to my feed, we're still good, bro. So sorry if you lost me, but we still here. We all here having a party on a Wednesday night. This channel continues to be busy, and I love it. Continental title is so ugly. Boston, how do you feel about the title? Or Anthony, our title guys? I don't care. This match is okay so far. Some fun spots. Lady B, 43 women on the roster, and only a handful used. Crazy. But we get two old men slapping each other like drunken buffoons, and we can't fit in a women's match. I know I said I might be wrong. We might get two tonight. But what the fuck are we doing? 100 likes. Let's go. I need 132 likes. So Cole is now here with Taven and Bennett. So did he just call MJF a little bitch? I'm sorry, guys. I don't give a fuck about anything that Adam Cole says right now. I don't. So he comes out all fired up, and now he wants to fight? It doesn't make sense. It's a special show, Damian. It will be a Dynamite. Here comes Kyle O'Reilly. I should have sworn I saw Tony Schiavone announce Buddy Murphy part. No. What do you think will happen when Samoa Joe returns? He's going to go after Jericho, probably. Is that shit match done? Yeah, it's definitely done. It was done before it started. We need a food fight. Yeah. As Willow is a better face of women's wrestling than Monet, we need to see her more often to have her presence felt take on Monet. I agree. Cherokee, she gets the crowd up. She makes them dance. When she hits a move, she plays to the crowd. The crowd cheers when she's there. And again, she's a great baby face to chase an asshole like Mercedes Moné. But nobody's chasing the champion. You guys tell me out there, think of all the titles. Who is chasing the titles right now? Who needs to finish the story in AEW? Not a nobody. Right? Who's chasing Mox? Maybe Darby, but Darby's in a tournament. Well, we got MJF. Not in the building again. AEW needs to produce. Does MJF not look like the better of the guys in this situation? Do you not think MJF already beat up Brody, beat up Cole before? Now, if he shows up and beats up Cole, he's already been there, done that. If I was MJF, I would tell Adam Cole and his friends to fuck off and go make some peanut butter sandwiches. Just go away. Fuck and off. Turning to AEW and it was an episode of Raw. What the fuck? Ricochet, I got you. So Willow feuding with Mariah now? No. Job O'Shea. Oh, wait. So Adam Cole's entering a battle royal. Kyle O'Reilly takes the mic off Cole. He's entering the battle royal. Kyle and Cole aren't getting along. And I don't give a fuck. None. Zero. Zilch. I don't fucking care. MJF has gone soft. Adam Cole means nothing. Taven and Bennett never get in the fucking ring. And Kyle O'Reilly's been all but useless and in another faction since he came back. Anybody? Anybody disagree with what I just said? With a clothesline. A clothesline from Swiss. Ricochet going to AEW has been a major L. Like most. It's been true. Claudio for the win. Who do you think is responsible? More specific. Vance Claudio already won. Yes, he did. I got to catch up. You guys are awesome, by the way. I appreciate the chat being crazy. The Continental title. How do you feel about it? KJ, I'm done. I'm done too, but I'm still here. Tony refuses to book anybody who isn't in his Dream World Federation. but he doesn't even book those people well. Yes, he gave Danny a title, but the build wasn't great. He loves Ospreay, but Ospreay's been lost in the fucking shuffle. Ospreay should be the face of this fucking company. Do you understand? If Ospreay was the guy coming out with the title on his shoulder and you were selling us every week, next week the champ will be here. I'll tune in to see Will Ospreay. I'll tune in to see who wants to fuck up Will Ospreay. But all this other shit, Ospreay in a Continental Classic just to get back to a match we've already had twice, doesn't help me. And the idea that Ospreay might win the Continental Classic, woo, 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 woo. Fuck off. Cole said he had to do this alone. Now he's back with the guys. Again, because the guys that are saying shit don't even believe the shit they're saying. I think the Continental belt is muddy. I knew you'd have a good take. Man, Cole look he does, man. Kyle O'Reilly looks huge compared to Cole. The Beast Mortos says the best powdered donuts in the world. I should read before I click some days. Who do you think is responsible for what happened to Jade, Bianca, or Nia Jax? I actually think it could be Bayley or Naomi. My buddy's got me leaning towards Naomi. It might be Naomi. Calling MJF a bitch. Wow. Like, woo! A bitch? Come on. It's crazy that Boston Gamer can respond. Oh, Trouble in Paradise. Speaking of Trouble in Paradise, we're going to be here Monday for the 10th anniversary celebration of the New Day. Big E is supposed to be in the building. We saw the heated exchange between Kofi and Xavier. The only thing Kofi didn't bring up was Paige, but I digress. We will be here Monday live for that. It's going to be fun. We'll see what happens with the New Day, plus a whole lot coming out of Survivor Series. What will be the fallout from SS this year? We will be here live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all the days. We got Deadline coming up. We got World's End coming up. We got Turning Point on Friday. We got more and more and more and more and more live streams than anybody else out there, folks. Be a friend, tell a friend. Thank you for joining us tonight as we are coming back out of commercial. Who's the heel and who's the baby face? We don't know! Michael! Okay, so now they're changing this. Damien. Where's Damien? I know Damien's out there somewhere. I swore I read a graphic that this tournament was different. So did it change? I must admit, Will Ospreay is the real deal. Wish he had an important storyline. I swear if he would have went to WWE this year, he would have been in one of the main events or co-main events. 100%. Here comes Jamie Hayter, by the way. Let's see how they fuck this one up. I truly believe that at the end of the day, Will Ospreay is a draw. Will Ospreay has a big enough name outside of the AEW bubble that people will pay to see it. But they don't want to see him fight nobody. No offense. I think Kyle Fletcher has a great, great, great future. I do. Ospreay Fletcher might be a couple of AEW's top matches this year. But what does it mean? There's no meaning behind it. But here comes Queen Aminata, who I can't remember winning to save my life. So Layla Hirsch, Billy Starks, and someone else are going to fight from Ring of Honor. We're going to have 4 women from CMLL, 4 women from Ring of Honor, 4 women from AEW Dynamite-ish, or AEW main roster, and then 4 women from New Japan. All work it out. The 4 winners will meet at Winner is Coming, apparently, I think. Let's see how many minutes this match gets. All right, we're on the clock. Get your votes in, by the way. Who are you taking? Big lead for Hayter right out of the gate. Julia Hart is somewhere lurking. I don't get it. Why is Julia mad at Jamie? What has happened in the past that Julia would return against Jamie? Did I miss something? If someone out there knows what I don't, I'm all ears. But I do not remember a reason for Julia Hart to be fucking with Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter is another example of a woman that should get TV time, which she is, great, but you brought her back, your former world champion, on a pre-show and did nothing with her since. Not much with her since. It's disappointing. What is the match order for Survivor Series? I don't know. War Games women, couple matches. War Games men. That's what I can tell you. Just hooked up. There you go. There you go. What's up, The Rock? Jamie Cakes for the win. Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter. Let's see how many minutes I got that one. Why wasn't the strong title been defended? Again, you great question. Get the stopwatch over under on how long this goes. 6 minutes over under. AEW might have a good matches sometimes, but it's rarely entertaining. But here's the thing: when you are relying on, you hear it all the time from the fans that AEW is like, well, we're not that entertainment bullshit that the WWE do. We are, you come here for the real wrestling. And then you give me Jericho Ishii for 25 minutes. That's the problem, Willie. If you're going to be the company that just gives us bangers, then give us bangers, right? You got to put the bangers in front of us. And that, to me, has declined. And I'll be honest, you think about last night, we watched NXT, we got some really good matches. Raw's giving us good matches. SmackDown's giving us good matches. Tony's is getting called out on all aspects. In ring, out of the ring. Every aspect of AEW is being exposed in 2024. Question is, can $1 billion get you to a point where you respond? I don't know. The two matches, Jamie Hayter and Willow match on Saturday, the winner goes to a fatal four-way. Yes. As Queen Aminata in the corner holding her leg, Funny Carhill gets attacked and Bailey takes her spot. That might be a bit of a spoiler, so careful, my friend. Tony Khan and the Young Bucks are promoting what they think is entertaining wrestling show, not wrestling fans. And Michael, that is why I've been comparing Tony Khan to Vincent Kennedy McMahon, because Vince and Bruce and his little minions gave us wrestling, in the pretty much past 2010. They gave us wrestling they thought was good. They gave us shit they thought was good. You had FTR with fucking itching cream on their back and shit and shaving each other. You gave us shit you thought was good, and the fans hated it. The fans hated it. The fans revolted. Tony Khan was supposed to save us from that. And now he's doing the same thing. He's not booking to grow. He's not booking for a good show. He's booking to what him and his friends like best. That's it. Hangman versus Yuta on Collision. I'm sorry. Why is Yuta such a focus? I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't. Daniel Garcia, Wheeler Yuta, the wrestling. This is where I have a problem as an adult wrestling fan. If you keep putting kids in the ring that I think I can whoop the shit out of, I find I don't get very invested. And that is a lot of AEW now. Adam Cole is 125 pounds. His ex-girlfriend is bigger than him. And again, not every guy has to be huge. We don't need to go back to the juice era. But when everybody looks unassuming, I don't take your threat seriously. What the fuck is it about Wheeler Yuta? Why is Danny Garcia such a big must-have? Why? Help me understand, Tony. But I think it's the guys that Tony comfortably can sit in a room and not be afraid of. Like Moxley walks in, I'm going to do this. All right. But with Yuta, he can talk to Yuta. Like me and Yuta are the same size. Me and Darby, we're the same size. Me and Garcia, we're like the same size. I'm bigger than Cole. We can talk. Like, I think that's what it is. He books on comfort level. That's why all the little guys always win in this company. But we actually went through a commercial break on this match. I'm shocked. The two I got that one. Jamie. It's crazy how over Cole is, and still I feel like he never wrestles in the past few years. He's non-existent, but hot still because of his entrance. Nah, but that's worn out. The crowd reaction isn't exactly what it used to be. And when he got the mic and he's cutting a promo, the fans aren't into it the way they were. The fact that he came out tonight and called MJF a bitch, who cares? Who cares? Queen Aminata should have dethroned Athena. Her being back on the Dynamite is just a tick loss. Yeah. And she's good. Aminata's solid. Queen Aminata, my theory is Jade is tired of saving Bianca like she did in the Battle Royal. So she turns on her and faked the backstage assault. I like that. If Jade faked it, I'm in. I don't think she did, though. I still feel like it's the Destiny's Child breakup. Too many tournaments. Yep. I'm taking the Queen. I don't know who this Jamie Hater is. Shut up. Really? My God, that's disappointing. Not for you. It's not your fault, Gilly, at all. It's you should know who Jamie Hater is, and that's up to the company. You would think that Queen Aminata was the former world champion right now. 68% of the chat taking Hater. Hater for the win. I got Aminata. I got the me for the win. Welcome back, Scott. Anyone can be a big deal if you're allowed to kick out of 4 pile drivers, 2 Canadian destroyers, and all your opponents conveniently wait around for you to follow them. Yep. I mean, to an extent, yeah. The problem is, I think what we've seen is with everybody. When you don't have emotion connected to the moves, when you don't sell the moves, then the fans become apathetic. And that's what I think has happened with AEW. As Aminata eats a shoulder breaker. But that's what becomes the problem. Like, you sign Commander and he can run the ropes, but then you've seen him run the ropes 85 times. You don't give a fuck anymore. You have Moxley bleeding. Well, if Moxley always bleeds, we don't give a fuck anymore. If you know Darby's going to fly off something and land on his face, you stop giving a fuck. That is the problem. If you know the Bucks are never going to have a tag match involving tagging or rules, then you just tune it out. And I think that is what is developing in AEW across the board. You got guys that used to sit on YouTube with AEW apparel who are now trying to act like they're the only ones shitting on AEW. And it is crazy to watch the demise. People that used to advocate so hard for AEW are now turning on AEW. I love it. But at some point, somebody internally has to understand that that is actually happening, that is a thing. And guys with decent, medium, small to big fan bases, as 1, 2, 3, Jamie Hater picks up the win. Right? When you could, in the beginning days, say, oh, just like Cornette and old people like Cornette hate AEW. But when Cornette and then another one and then another one and another podcaster and then even a small guy like us come on every week and start shaking our fists and trying to understand what's happening, you can't just keep saying you don't get it. You can't. It's ignorant. The winner of this match got that one. Queen 6-12. Well, now 6-13. Jamie for the win. Everybody slapping each other. Damn, Aminata's legs. We got a lights out, baby. Why is Julia Hart fucking with Jamie? Did Jamie hurt Julia? What happened? Is it Hook? We got a spotlight. Is it Hook? Dynamite dozen Battle Royal official for next week. Yes. So Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly are 1 and 2 or to enter the Battle Royal next week. I don't know what that has to do with MJF, though. Wait, what's happening? So the lights go out, a spotlight comes on, Jamie Hayter shrugs, and we go to Renee Paquette with Mina. Anybody? Anybody? I knew it. Breach. Thank you. That match started good, but ended rough. It got clunky. 9-minute match, and it seems like most of it was pick. Not wrong. This match is a little sloppy. It got sloppy by the end, Richard, for sure. As we got Mina, I'm not going to complain, but we did get Mina. Commander is 5-24 this year. Commander for the win. Cameraman for the win. I think that we find out who attacked Jade doing more games. Quite pop for sure. I mean, definitely. And then we know there's issues with Bailey and Bianca, and there's trust issues. So we'll see what happens. Man, the Hurt Syndicate could take this company over in a night. Do it. I agree. I mean, and again, tonight they come out and MVP gets cheered. We want more Minas. Oh! Mariah May breaks the bottle on Mina and then whips her with the bell awkwardly. I want Mina. All right, so the champion usually doesn't want to defend the belt, but Mariah May wants Mina. We all want Mina. Let's go. The crowd has been sitting on their hands for 90%. Yeah, same thing happened at Full Gear. So we had a backstage, and instantly, winner is coming 2 weeks away. Mina versus Mariah. Ta-da! At least there's some history there. They finally got there. Jamie Hayter has not been in a good match since returning, but I blame booking 100%. No match goes over 10 minutes, and she faces some less than good people. You're not wrong. Again, she didn't come back and say, who the fuck has my belt? I want it. She just came back like it never happened. Does anyone out there know if there's history between Jamie Hayter and Julia and why we're getting this match? Now, in addition to that, they are advertising your TNT champion against your Continental champion, I think. So Danny's first match as TNT champion will most likely be a loss to Okada. Anybody get it? Does anybody get it? The crowd has been sitting on their hands. I watched GCW. I was so impressed with Charles Dempsey. Dempsey's unbelievable. Great technician. Maybe not the most boisterous guy. He might not quite have the charisma of his daddy yet. Again, very young in his career. But, yeah, GCW put on a really good show. How much it costs? Oh, what did Scott say? Hater, Alter. Travis, welcome. People like Cole for his Twitch streams. Well, I'm not watching his Twitch streams. I'm watching his wrestling stream, and it's making my Twitch. So they just gonna slap chest. Yep. Damien, I appreciate you. I can watch hockey on my TV and watch you so we keep up with whatever is happening. How's the hockey going? Damien, I appreciate that. I love that you watch the hockey, and I do appreciate you tuning into us. We will keep you up to date on everything that happens in wrestling. We are the alternative commentary for a reason. And as I already said, folks, back at it tomorrow. Your Survivor Series preview show. Gonna be a fun one. And then we got so much more coming your way. So make sure you like, share, subscribe. And we are on commercial. So I will do this because I haven't done it all night. But here's a quick word from our sponsor. Our sponsor. you go, folks. Get your merch today. We got new shirts out now. We got more coming your way. We just got our zip ups in. So go check out the link below. Become a part of the For Life Army. Be a part of the family. Be a part of all the shows. And I probably shouldn't have left that comment up during the commercial. But hey, that's fun for live TV. But we are still on commercial break for AEW Dynamite. I did see a couple things I did want to click on. So all you got to do is go do an AEW to get a title match is hit someone from behind with a beer bottle. Well, keep in mind, it was the champion that hit the challenger. That's the fucked up part. So, I mean, again, it is what it is. They did the segment at Full Gear. The segment was bad, was ill-conceived. They didn't even land on the table properly. I think Mina lost a tooth, almost lost her top. I mean, a lot's going on. But it's time for the main event, ladies and gentlemen. Darby, Brody running it back again. Does anybody know how this is going to play out? I think these shows are getting worse and worse, folks. I don't know what to do. Brody versus Darby. Can you tie in the Continental Classic? So in singles competition, Brody is 4-2-1 against Darby. And I'm not sure if Darby's going to fight Mox, and why is he in this? I don't know. Supposedly, Halter and Baker have issues. That is the rumor, Frank. I don't know. But yeah, a lot of people speculate that Hayter and Britt had issues. Britt seems to have issues with everybody. And it does feel like whoever is in that Tony Khan inner circle, they have issues with a lot of people. The Bucks, Garcia not so much, but the Bucks, Sammy Guevara, Britt Baker, did I say the Bucks? Jericho. It feels like those are the people that have issues with other people a lot. And I think it's jealousy, it's envy. Britt, I think at times, even with Thunder Rosa, it's not, I need to get over on my merit. I'm going to pull that other person down. And that's what it feels like with Britt. It's jealousy. It's spitefulness. The Bucks clearly have ego issues. They're clearly small men that act small. I don't know. It's unfortunate. So is Darby Allin going to beat Brody King again? Well, I mean, apparently he's 4-2-1, or so 2-4-1. AEW still has one more pay-per-view this year, World's End. Yes, it does. We will be here live for that. Attempting to find that out. KJ, thank you. Julia Hart coming out as a heel while her faction mates are handshaking baby faces. This is 100%. And again, is she with the House of Black still? Like, what do these vignettes have to do with anything? What does it mean that Julia Hart is shooting old Julia Hart? What does any of it mean? Is she still friends with the House of Black? Does she return? I don't know. None of this is sensible. And why is she mad at Jamie Hayter? Darby asking for a handshake. Brody telling the ref he doesn't want to do it. Oh, we got a handshake. Perfect point. Darby versus Brody is the main event. Rematch from Wrestle Dream. Yes. You'll be happy. KJ Sabres lost the Wild 1-0. Ooh. Barn burner. Fire beat. Thank you, LJ. That sit down segment was garbage and looked bad. Yeah, it did. Even KJ don't care about the show. Do you blame him? Hey, Lucas, I mean, I'm here and I care. If I didn't care, it would be a lot easier because I just mail it in. But I mean, it's a tough one because they give, again, I think the AEW fan base is developing a huge level of apathy. We're just giving up. We're just like, it doesn't make sense. Fuck it. And that's kind of where we're going with. But it's getting worse. Someone will bleed. Maybe. Body for the win. He needs it. I got Darby. Well, I mean, Brody shouldn't lose to Darby. shouldn't ever. But Darby's going after Mox. Like, Darby, here's an example of what's frustrating the fuck out of me. The last thing we saw in Full Gear was what? Oh, wait. What was the last thing we saw at Full Gear? It was Darby running a car into Moxley's truck. Tonight on Dynamite, we've seen the truck. We've seen Moxley. We've seen Shafir, Yuta. We've seen them all. Claudio was in a match. Nothing from Darby. You think if Moxley and his crew were in the building and they were beating up Jay White, Hangman Page, whoever, that if Darby was so fucking mad that he drove his vehicle and caused his own bodily harm to fuck them up, that he would have been out there on site the minute Moxley walked through the door. You're telling me Allen's not jumping on him? And this match tonight, Brody King's going to win, I think. But no matter who wins this match, I think we go off the air with Moxley and crew coming back out and fucking Darby up again. I could be wrong, but I think that's where we're going with this. But that's what bothers me is if you're going to do an angle where somebody's so mad that they drive a car into another group of people's vehicle, then the next week you can't go 2 hours. You can't, unless both of them aren't on the show at all. But the minute Moxley steps foot in that ring, Darby should come flying out of the fucking sky. I don't give a fuck, but you got to keep the consistency of the story. So Darby's in the back getting ready for a match with Brody King, looks up on the monitor, sees all this shit happening with the guys that he hates, and goes, I got a match tonight. It doesn't make sense. So all the shit we're going through tonight, none of it connects. None of it lines up. Darby fed him pain. Pain. Okay. Okay, there you go. Fed him pain. There you go. We'll see. Listening to Cornet's complain about AEW is hilarious. Jose, I started this channel because I wanted to defend AEW against Jim Cornette. So thank you, Jim. But here I am. And again, the number of weeks that we do this live, and then I go hear Brian or Jim or Eric or whoever, great minds. I'm not saying anything else other than just like-minded people saying the exact same shit I'm saying. Doesn't make sense. This is stupid. This is childish. This is nonsensical. We're all saying it, but the number of people saying it is growing and growing and growing. That was a crime. Darby is going to be in a wheelchair for years. Man, I don't wish that on anybody. He's crazy, though. Darby didn't do anything except hurt himself, and that's his whole shtick. It was the funniest thing for him to ramp. Like, I thought it was crazy that he hit the guy. He hit the truck. And then there's this long delay. And he finally comes out of the car. They're already peeling off in another car because they just commandeered a vehicle. But Darby, not only did he get out bleeding, which would make sense, you had an accident, but you got out of the car with your skateboard. Childish, right? Feels kiddie. You take, like, you don't feel like get out of the car with a bat. Did, like, Sting lend you a bat? Something. But again, if you have that much rage, how did you go through a full 2-hour show in the same building and not fuck that guy up or try to fuck that guy up or go find that guy? Like, if the whole show we were getting snippets of Darby just fucking searching the building for Mox and crew, it's more interesting. Thread some shit through your show. But it's just segment after segment after segment. Nothing connects. The crowd is quiet. Listen to the crowd right now. Well, that was a weird, loud pop. Did 45,000 people just go, ooh? And look at Brody King getting over as a babyface. It goes back to what I've said. Murphy and Black have been shafted because their loved ones are on this other side. It could be a lot of reasons. AEW is upside down and backwards and fucking, yeah, inside out. I wouldn't be shocked. She feels checked out. What did that say? AEW is so boring lately. I don't even watch Cornette bitching. I actually agree with that, Damien. Like especially I think because I do this so much, you kind of get tired of the rhetoric. We get it. It sucks. We get it. You don't like it. We get it. It didn't make sense again. I hope that doesn't continue to be the case. But yeah, you start like, fuck, all right. You know, yeah, there's definitely going to be an overrun. We're 4 minutes out. Darby is biting Brody King's head. How many weeks until World's End? December 28th. What's that? 8 weeks away? It was Brody talking, and yes, it was. Yes, it was. Oh, both men down. I wanted to see what Kid Revo said, but I can't find it. Time limit draws are a thing. Yeah, no shit. I was wondering that myself. Yeah, there would probably be an overrun. It was, yes, it was. Got that. Am I supposed to believe Darby Allin can beat Brody King clean? Again, visually, it's tough. Visually, it's a tough sell for me. Brody King should wipe the floor with this fucking kid. But if done properly, I believe you can have exceptions. Darby to the outside. 55% are taking Darby, though. That's interesting. AEW is boring lately. I didn't even watch porn. I got that one. The segment outside the Continental Classic stuff has not been good. Yeah, and I'll admit, I thought Ricochet Claudio was a good match. Ricochet getting destroyed by a clothesline kills me, though. Coffin drop to the floor. Again, how do you safely take that bump? That's amazing. Tony talking about being a draw. Maybe that's the way to get out of this. They tie. They say Darby getting a monster when he jobs a lot. Give me a break. There is no story or history between Jamie and Julia. They are just trying to make something out of the botch that happened during. I like it. 2 weeks ago, where the production team screwed up. I agree with you. I think the production team screwed up. I never thought they would continue it for that reason. Other people tried to say, well, this was the plan all along. I'm like you. I have my doubts. Oh, wait a minute. 2-2-2. Brody's got the choke. Darby on his tippy toes. There is no reason for Julia to come back at Jamie. None. Darby is going to be, got that one. Brody King annihilates Darby. And he's not happy about it. Oh, have Darby for the win. Darby has bandages on his head, ribs, and legs against Brody, who is twice his size. How is he supposed to be? So he just gets dusted by Brody. I mean, I think if you go to World's End and it's Darby versus Moxley, it's not going to work. But I think tonight they're setting up Hangman Page and Jay White versus Moxley. Here they come, as predicted. Folks, rewind the tape 5 minutes. Here's Claudio. We have 4 Dynamites left until World's End. There you go. What'd I say? Brody King gets in the ring with a chain. So now Brody King. What? It'll be Brody King, Claudio next week in the Continental Classic. So the Death Riders are nowhere to be found. Claudio comes out. Brody walks him down. And that's how we go off the air. Remember, she sees herself as bigger than what she is. She was telling girls backstage, get out of her locker room. Yeah, 100%. I agree with that, kid. I think I know what you're talking about. But ladies and gentlemen, AEW Dynamite has come to an end. Get in that chat. Give me your rating out of 10. How did you feel about the show? How didn't you feel? Let me know what you like, didn't like, or anything in between. This one's a tough one. I know it's either, good or bad. I mean, I'm kind of torn in the middle somewhere with this. The ending of the show was flat. The Darby, again, at Full Gear, tried to end the Death Riders with his car, and no follow-up tonight. None. Zero. Zilch. Moxie gets in a fight with Paige and Jay White, with Yuta and Marina and Pop. But no Darby. Like, you think if that's the last vision of Full Gear, it would lead to something. Am I wrong for thinking that? I like Darby. I like Brody. This should be the main event. Just because we saw the Wrestle Dream match that ended, it was sportsmanship. This match just doesn't excite me. Again, it was lackluster. A lot of shit we already saw. A watered down version of the match we got at Wrestle Dream, and the ending was anticlimactic. I thought all the Death Riders were going to come out, but just Claudio. But Claudio came out without the Death Riders. Why not have Marina come out with Claudio for his match? And at least have Rick. Oh, you can't. Continental Classic, you can't do that. Never mind. But again, there needs to be more consistency. Darby got over that shit quick. Facts. Crowd is very quiet because they're bored. At this point, it's like, Darby, just stay down, bro. Nobody wants to see you get all yeller. It's you're not wrong. Do they not know that they are back from commercial break? I have no commentary. Again, the production's always been interesting. How does it make sense for Darby to wreck his car into Mox, yet they're perfectly fine and he's all bandaged up? And they just ran away. And again, why is that not why did that not kick off Dynamite? Like, Moxley comes out and says, we did it. Well, I'm still champ. And Darby comes running down to the ring. And maybe they lay boots to him. And then maybe a Hangman Page comes out and that spirals. But there's no continuity to the storytelling. It just happened. It was a thing that happened. Like the flamethrower, like Tony Khan's neck injury. They are just things that happen. I've said it once. I will say it again. It is pop-up book writing. Oh, it's pretty. That's it. There's no story. It's just, That's all it is. That's all it is. I think Darby grew up watching the Hardy Boys for sure. Did AEW ever say what happened to OC after drinking the liquid? Or is he out of action? Or is he just on break? As far as I know, and somebody can correct me in the chat, nobody mentioned it. They lost commentary. That's hilarious. I missed that. Lucky y'all have me. Any sign of Hook? No. Did the Christian feud get scrapped? Well, Christian again. Christian shows up, unpretties Moxley. We think a cash in. Then he thinks about it. Then it doesn't happen. He's not even on the show tonight. So no follow-up on that. There wasn't much that happened at Full Gear that got followed up on tonight. Okay, guys, this isn't hate. This is open criticism. And if I'm wrong, I'm all for the counter argument. But why are you not following up on shit? Damn, AEW is so high key, so much better with Shivani and Excalibur. Yeah, what? So much better without? Bro, when the audio for the commentary team was off, you can really hear that the crowd was dead quiet. As soon as the audio came back, the crowd noise was piped in. JV, interesting. Without, thank you. That's why you have us. But their commentary team's fucking atrocious. Now the commentary is back, weird as fuck. Yeah, and remember earlier during the Ricochet match, they glitched on going to picture-in-picture. 55% voted for Darby because we know the big guys rarely win. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm happy Brody King won. Brody King should be a killer. Brody King should be laying waste to people. Like, literally, the House of Black should be fucking dominant. But it's just everyone mashed into the middle. Right? It's like a shitty can of spaghetti. Everything's just in the middle and mushy. That's AEW in a nutshell. AEW is dead. TKA just doesn't know it. Being on AEW championship of any sort Might be embarrassing at some point. We'll see what happens. But again, more and more people are throwing the towel in. Pax versus White next week. Okay. So we're going to get X-Pac and then Pac, the bastard, back-to-back nights next week. I keep thinking the sound of my TV is going, but it's just the silence of the crowd. It's a bad look for the crowd. Again, you have to, like, Brody's good because when Brody hits a move, he barks. He does that, and the crowd starts doing it. But that's it. And you got to interact. You can't just go out there and do moves. You are there to put on a show. It's like when you go see a magician. They got, they got assistants and they got pyro. Like, you don't need fucking fire to saw somebody in half. But it makes one hell of a fucking show, don't it? And that's what I think they're doing is they're doing the magic tricks with no glitz and glamour, no surprises, no sleight of hand. It's just, here's two guys, they're going to hit each other for a little while. And the crowd just, okay, we'll wait. And that's it. It's unfortunate. Pipe-in crowd. Maybe they got busted on the pipe-in. KJ Wheeler versus Hangman has been announced. See, I'm so fucking over Wheeler Yuta. It's gross. All right, 5 out of 10. Let's see. I did call it, but it didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. I'm actually shocked. KJ White staring at Brostradamus. That took me a second. Brody here to save Darby. I mean, they did have respect for each other. I'll give them that. But I thought, again, he tried to kill you with his car. Where is everybody? AEW needs to hire. Well, they got fucking Pepper Potts just for Mercedes and her shit. Called the poop shit. 3 out of 10. Darby has beaten Brody with messed up tape. Rib cage clean. Do not underestimate the levels at which the little guy can beat the big guy. It's true. And again, there are exceptions. There are the Rey Mysterios. Darby, I like Darby. Darby can be the exception of the little guy made of rubber that just won't stay down. He bounces back up every fucking time. When you think it's like Shawn Michaels, right? Shawn Michaels Vader, Shawn Michaels Sid, Shawn Michaels Diesel. Shawn Michaels fought all the big guys and got his fucking ass handed to him for 85% of the matches he was in, and then found a way to win. That's Darby Allin when done right. 3 out of 10. Bad ending. Claudio is scared. I would be. Look at that motherfucker. The show ends on time. No overrun. No overrun, really. Maybe a minute. 5 out of 10. 0.1 out of 10. 6.5. Holy shit. It ended on time. I'm shocked. So Dynamite tonight showed 2 more losers, Darby and Ricochet. And we only had the one women's match. I misunderstood Damien. Again, 1 6-minute match for the women. Not great, or 9-minute match. Most of it through picture. And then you get a quick Sasha thing that sucked. And you get the Mina thing that sucked as well. You got to do better. You can't give me 20 minutes of Jericho Ishi and not give me women. You got to give me the women's wrestling. You got to give me those angles. You got to make them count. You got to make them important. You really do. It's disappointing. 0 out of 10, no Trish. 6.5 out of 10. 3 of 10, horrible ass show again. College basketball. Yeah, that might be the better idea. 5.5, 0 out of 10, no Harley. Yeah, what the fuck? Where's Harley? Brody King wins. Never saw that coming. 5 out of 10. 4.5 out of 10. I think I'm at 5. I think half the show really wasn't strong. I'm going to give him a little bit of leeway tonight, maybe. Maybe I'm feeling generous. I could see 4, 4.5. I thought opening match was fun. I thought Claudio Ricochet was a decent match with a soft ending. I thought the main event was boring. 2 points for each match, I guess. I don't fucking know. The women's match was okay. Got sloppy at the end. I really want the show to do better, if I'm being honest. 4.5 out of 10. Embarrassing. 2 out of 10. Call Be Generous. Around the Ballpark podcast. Welcome. KJ Wheeler and Hangman has been announced. I hate that. I read that already. I hate it. Wheeler Yuta is not a thing, guys. Send Wheeler Yuta to Ring of Honor. Send him to NXT. Send him to the Indies. Wheeler Yuta fighting main event guys isn't helping anybody. It's not helping Yuta. It's not helping them. Just get rid of it. 0 to 10, 6 for Claudio and the Death Riders, 6.5. Jose, 4 out of 10 for AEW, 10 out of 10 for you, my friend. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the super chat. We appreciate all of it. 6.5. 6.5. Any sign of hook? No sign of hook. 6.75. 2 out of 10. That's only for Camille. So there, I'll give him a point for Camille, but too early. Again, you don't let anything simmer saute. You don't let anything fucking cook. Let it cook. Like, they literally been in her corner for 4 matches. They should be inseparable for months. And then you build the turn. Dynamite, 6.75 out of 10. A little high for my taste. 2 out of 10, a little low. 4, I get 4. 4 seems fair. I'm just going to go 5. It's almost an indifferent score. I'm shocked that after losing to Bobby, Swerve was given Max Caster. That's the best they can give him. That's a great point, Richard. Again, it feels like there's no plan. There's no rhyme or reason. Again, Bobby just smashed him, then cut a promo about smashing him, and then they clipped to him in the back. Like, did y'all just hear what that man said about you? Apparently not. 6.5 got that one. Yes, don't like it. Thank you, Denisha. Technical difficulties are the inmates. Yes, they are. But they're not. Their promotion is fucking a mess. They made Rush and Mortos a tag team just for them to lose their first tag match. They made Roosh the leader of a group that is now run by Jake the Snake. We never see Jake the Snake, and Mortos gets in the tournament. Roosh is nowhere to be found. So they got bigger problems in tag teams. Powerhouse Hobbs should have been smashed through. Yeah, you have an opportunity with a guy like Hobbs, but you know you can't put Hobbs in it because Hobbs not going to win it. You've already decided that it's going to be Ospreay and Fletcher, so now you got to find a way to navigate that. I'm not happy with the Sabres. Oh, young team. You hold on tight. You give them, you maybe not this year, give them a couple years. Jericho tore the house down tonight. Keyshawn, we know he didn't. And that's all I'm going to say about that. The booking with Darby, no follow-up. It's like CM Punk returns as the 5th man to the OG bloodline, but WWE doesn't follow it up with a promo or a mini segment or something. Yeah, you got to explain it. And again, if I was so mad at you that I was going to drive my car into your shit, I guarantee you, when I get to Wednesday, I'm going to find you. I'm going to be looking for you. We're going to talk about why I tried to kill you. Nobody did. Nobody. Like, it didn't matter. Moxley didn't beat him up. Moxley beat up other people. Charles Wade, get back to that. Charles Wade, second part, will follow up this Friday. 4 out of 10, 5.5 out of 10. The fuck did I just watch? I wonder that myself. Just tournament feels like Continental Belt will get all the focus. That's what it is. It's like when Forbidden Door comes around. He hyper focuses. And again, if you know anything about people that can't focus, they might hyper focus at times on one thing and ignore all the other things. Oh my God, JBL went to the system locker room. TNA post just now. JBL is fucking everywhere, Daniel. It's insane. I don't know what the hell's happening. Pepper Potts. Yeah, thank you, Odd. Ignored. All right, 4 out of 10. What'd you say? Tournament? I got that one, yeah. Oh my God, yeah, that's crazy. 4 out of 10. Hi, Greg. Pumpkin ale. I don't think I've ever had pumpkin ale. I'm kind of anti-pumpkin drinks. Fuck off. 7 out of 10. Tonight's Thanksgiving Eve and the U.S. All Elite Dynamite Wrestling Show. Did Jericho win or lose his match tonight? He won. He won in a very slow, drunken uncle style of match. I missed that match. You didn't. John, you're lucky, buddy. 5 out of 10. AEW is less interesting than WCW. Yeah, WCW at least was chaotic and crazy, and at least some of their shit connected. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. We've been saying the Sabres are young team. Oh, Boston. I know. I was just trying to be nice. I don't like Buffalo. And the Leafs have a habit of going into Buffalo and losing. Buffalo could be the worst team in the league, and the Leafs it's one of their kryptonites. But yeah, they got some good young pieces. Right. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. KJ, how do you feel about Camille leaving Mercedes? Too early, but I mean, at least it got one of the biggest pops tonight, but it's too early. Claudio came out after Darby and Brody's match to confront Darby. Stop trying. Yeah, but he's in a faction that like to run around and beat everybody up. I thought it would have been really cool if the faction had showed up and maybe gave Claudio some support, but they were kind of like smack him on the ass, like, you got it, bro. Like, you know how cool it would have been if Darby's in the ring down, Claudio and Moxie come out to fuck him up. Brody comes back, they start fucking him up, and the House of Black show up. Now you got the House of Black with creepy Darby against the Death Rider. That sounds better than anything you're doing. That's just, what the fuck are we doing? But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I've been rambling for 2.5 hours now. I appreciate every single one of you for being here tonight. I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Be back tomorrow for our preview and predictions. We got so much going on here at the channel, and we appreciate all the love. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm sure we'll say it again tomorrow and the next day and the next day. But thank you for spending Thanksgiving Eve with me. Tony Khan, I'm begging you, sit down, have a moment, and please figure your shit out. But again, I appreciate everyone keeping me company while I pull my hair out, actually, during these shows. But all that being said, check us out on social. Check all the links below. Go get yourself some merch and be back here tomorrow night. And until then, we'll see you on the flip side. Good night.